Hey, this is Beth Kruger of Wanderful Vintage. Thanks so much for following along with me here on YouTube. So here goes. This is part of my 7-day challenge. So I'm gonna try to make this video short and snappy. My goal is just to get the video out there, shared with you so that you can follow along on my 7-day challenge journey. So let me show you what I got. So I had shared a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of days ago, my fall themed haul. I ended up getting more fall decor because I'm not like a fake flower gal in my house, but in my booth, I love to decorate my booth with artificial flowers and plants. So this is going into my booth for sure, 100%. I also ended up picking up 4 of these. They're basically like a candle votive holder, and they are glass, and they have this really pretty like metal edging. I think they could be used for some sort of like terrarium or plant thing as well, if you wanted to like grow a plant, like put some moss in there and like create a whole little plant situation in here. I will probably use these for, I'll wash them up and I'll use them for decor. They'd be great around the holidays. Another thing, I may just end up selling them in my booth. So these ended up costing me about $2.50 each. So they were $5 originally, 50% off. They were $2.50. I did get these clear glass candlestick holders. Candlestick holders. Because they are candlesticks, right? I don't usually have a whole lot of luck selling clear glass in my booth, but I had just sold a pair of cut crystal candlesticks, and I actually love these, and if they don't end up selling in my shop, I will keep them and use them on my table. I love the size of them. They're really nice and big. They were $1.50 a piece, so I got both of these for $3. I ended up purchasing this single candlestick as well. It is pottery, and initially when I saw it in the store like a few days ago, I was like, oh, it's $7. It's too expensive. I don't want to spend $7, because I was like thinking I'm not going to be able to get much more than 10 bucks for this. So I ended up getting it on sale. I saw it. I loved it right away. I was like, oh, I'm taking this. You can see the little stamp on the bottom. It was $3.50 for this candlestick. Summer vibes, but it's fine. It's okay. Hi, Felice. My cat is over there. I ended up purchasing this really pretty kind of like cookie jar looking thing from, it's Italian, so it's made in Italy. You can see right on the bottom, 1986, Italy. I thought the colors were beautiful. I loved the shape of the vessel, and I just think it's so pretty. So I picked this up. It was $10 on sale for $5. So great price. I ended up picking up this for my bedside table. I love this little hand. I love her little ruffled sleeve. I just thought it was so cute. I'm gonna put my engagement ring on there when I go to bed, or maybe it'll live near my sink because I always take my ring off whenever I cook and I'm in the kitchen, so it always needs a little spot to go. This was $2 for this little guy. It's actually more than I would normally pay, but I bought it for me, so I didn't buy it to resell. I'm very excited about this little hand. I love it. I have sold 2 pillows in the last 2 weeks in my booth. So I got another pillow to replace the 2 pillows that I had up in my vintage booth. The pillows had sat around literally, I had one pillow up there for like a month, and nothing was happening with it. I moved its location and I added a second pillow, and I sold them both within a week of each other. And I think this is pillow season. So I got another one, and it's an adorable squirrel with a little nut in its mouth, or a little berry in its mouth, and it's so cute, and it's fall, and it's gonna sell right away, I'm sure, as well. So I picked this up to pop into my booth this week. I also got this cute little apple. It's made of wood. It's a little apple, what is it called? A little like watering can. look. I thought it would be very cute as part of my fall theme decor for my vintage booth. It was $2. I also have these items here. These are, they're so weird. They're like these art pieces. They're gourds. They are Native American. I saw them and instantly was like, oh my God, I love these. They're, I have no idea what they were, but I knew they were some sort of like art object. And then when I did a Google Lens on them, it like immediately was like, oh, it's this artist and it's worth this much money. And like, do I really think it's worth $300? I'm not sure, but I thought they were really cool. They will likely go in my Etsy store instead of up in my vintage booth, because I don't think, my vintage booth I use for like more like my low priced items, and I don't really necessarily put anything that's like that could be higher priced in them. If these are valuable, I'd rather try to get like what they're actually worth or closer to what they're worth. So I'm going to share these on my Etsy shop, and I'll sell them together as a pair. And then I paid $4 and $5 for these two, $9. So that was like, you know, for me, I'm like, okay, $10 is like, kind of, I don't like to throw $10 in the trash. So I definitely, hope these items sell. What else did I grab? I think that's pretty much it. I told you I got like four of those votives. I did get some like random stuff. Like I got this glass because I'm going to use this for styling in my booth. Again, I buy a lot of stuff to like style in my booth. This is kind of like ugly, but like when I wash it up and put something in it, it's going to be beautiful, and because I'm good at that. I got candles. Like candles I think are like always a great styling thing to have, and these were like $3 a piece, and so they came down to $1.50. I would use these. I can resell them in my shop if I really want to, but most of the time I like to keep a pillar candles because I sell a lot of votives that could use a pillar candle as like a staging thing. Like for example, you know, I could stage this guy with a pillar candle and like a little wreath in the bottom for holidays. Obviously I'd wash it up, but like this would be like a whole item that I could sell together if I wanted to, or I would just stage it and show this is what this can be used for, and just sell the candle as like a separate item, or say like, you know, the candle can be purchased for $10 or whatever. So that's it. That was my score from National Thrift Day. I really had a great time just getting out there and snapping up things in my cart. It was a little bit of a free-for-all, and there were tons of people all around. Oh, I forgot. I actually decided to get a bunch of earrings. So I was talking to one of the gals in my store, and she told me that one of the other resellers there sells tons of earrings, and they're in the like $6 to $8 price range. And I just was like, okay, I'll add these to my booth because I can always use those tiny little purchases. They add up, and I want to make my rent each month. So I got a bunch of earrings. Obviously they didn't come like this. I had these vintage business cards, and I ended up taking this cute little vintage business card. Like you can see how adorable they are. And they had like a little embossed edge, and then I poked 2 holes in them for the earrings to go in. And then I'm just displaying all of these really cool earring finds that I got on these cards. I don't have my business name on there or anything. They're just an experiment to see how many of these I can sell, and like what kind of a difference it'll make for my bottom line in my booth. I think that was like one of the things that I came away with recently after a conversation with the store owner, is that like the folks that have a really low priced item in the vintage store, like somewhere in the like $10 range, like $6 to $12 is like a very sweet spot people buy them all day long. There's like somebody who has candles for 15 bucks and then soap that's like $8 or $7 or something like that. And they sell constantly all the time. So if I could put an item in my booth that is like in that like $6 to $10 price range, I just want to see what it does and experiment with it and see if it increases my sales. So I'll keep you posted. I'll let you know how it goes. If you enjoyed this video and or you want to see the rest of my 7-day YouTube challenge, then definitely subscribe and follow along with me as I continue to like post and try to get better on YouTube and try to increase my comfort in front of the camera. I really appreciate you following along here and commenting. I respond to every comment, so please don't be shy, and have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much.